need cheers.
Wait. 1, 2, 3. Cheers.
There we go.
Everybody.
My wine glass is huge today, so I'm really sorry. But when I drink, it's like
yeah,
in my head.
Yeah, you're talking. You're acting like you don't drink out of that wine glass filled up at times. Yes, you do. I know.
No, this is my fancy wine glass. I ran out of my little small ones that I like to have.
Yeah,
Clearly, I've been drinking too much, so I had to upgrade to the big boy. So, sorry, we're still talking about we never mentioned what we're drinking today. What are we drinking today?
I'm drinking a plain white, sparkling white. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking one called Winking Owl, I think. And it has a really cute owl on the bottle. As you know, I purchased based off bottle looks. And I'm not really a wine connoisseur. I just really like pretty art. So I buy based off this really cute owl that was on the bottle.
But you buy if the label is in your season or no?
Yeah. It's actually kind of a warm color. Yeah. I should have brought the bottle up. I didn't bring the bottle up. Next time I'll bring the bottle up so you can see. So, hey, Linda. So glad to see you on today. Today we're talking about something fun. Color, of course.
Always. Not always. Color isn't the only thing we can expound upon, but it's certainly the most fun thing we talk about.
Yeah. As we color analyze our wine bottles.
And I'm starting, Sarah, to think that we're in the home stretch of being indoors and kind of being locked away from our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that talking about, a nice, fresh makeup look for when you get out and about.
It's exactly what we need right now. A nice, fresh, new, seasonalized makeup look done for each of us based off our season. That is exactly what we need.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so we put together 4 looks with 4 different models based off their season. So everyone who's watching, you all get a look. And what season should we start off with?
Well, before we start off on these looks, I want to talk for a minute about how you make a decision for someone else.
Oh, okay.
Because I was shopping recently and there was like a buy one, get one half off, and I thought of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for me, it's easy because I know exactly what the autumn palette looks like. I know exactly what colors to get. And by and large, I know that I can get you something that you're going to love.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So then I was thinking, there's so many people out there that you're in a position to buy for or think about or consider. Even for Mother's Day, I was thinking that people, if you need to kind of have a good idea of how all the seasons work, we can know our own season, and that's critical to our own personal appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when you want to buy for somebody and you want to make sure that it's flattering and they love it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, understanding seasons and how that works is absolutely critical. And so part of the graphics that we put together, Sarah, I think can be used for other people for people to have a better understanding of other people's seasons.
Yes, it does give like a quick look into what your season or each season can look like. So if you are for somebody else.
I like Linda's comment, post-COVID renewal.
Yeah.
That's the name of the show, because it's time to prepare ourselves for getting out with friends and socializing, and all of this plays into that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been playing with makeup looks so much recently that I haven't really stopped giving looks. So I feel like every day I've tried something new and incorporate a different shade. Or
what you really haven't had? You haven't had people in front of your face going, "Oh, I love that lipstick." Oh,
right. Mm-hmm.
But it's like the lipstick I'm wearing. Some people could make a case that it's a little brighter than a summer should be wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that when I get out and about. I'm going to go bright.
I like it. I love the idea. Totally. Yeah. I'm always obsessed with you in like a bolder lipstick shade. I think it looks great. Cheers to everyone out there.
Yeah. So glad to see you. And
cheers.
You really make our weeks worth living.
And we do have a great time coming on live with you guys.
We do. It is fun. So, Holly, you may not have heard, but what we wanted to talk about is getting out and about.
So we're going to be going through all the different seasons and different looks, and we have these really awesome graphics for you that if you're trying to shop for somebody else, or you're looking for whatever you're doing, whether it's Mother's Day, whether it's birthdays. I know I have a birthday coming up. So, and Linda just had her daughter's birthday. So birthdays are coming. Oh, your
birthday has a birthday coming up.
You have a birthday coming up. Everyone needs to be purchasing in their season as well. So we have these really awesome graphics that just keep in mind, and you can take with you and just, you know, get like a little insight to each season and make sure you're purchasing within somebody's color palette. So, what's your lip color, by the way? We have a question on what's your lip color.
I'm doing frosted watermelon, but I mixed it with a winter shade, Glam, to go bold.
Oh, that's a perfect transition because our winter model is wearing the shade Glam. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that to show everyone. And I also want to do a couple.
Michelle, my birthday is May 27th. High five, girl.
Yeah, you guys have the same. Both of us just gasped. Happy almost birthday to you both. Now, let's see. Holly McBride, Mother's Day is coming up exactly.
Yeah, it is.
And cheers to you, Michelle, and your almost birthday. I mean, that's pretty exciting. My birthday is June 29th. If anyone has a similar birthday, we can be birthday twins. I don't know.
Michelle and I are birthday twins.
All right, so talking about Glam Lipstick, we have our winter model right here, and I'm going to make sure all of these images that we show are going to be in the comments so you can grab them once we hop off. As you can see, our winter model, she has this rich, dark black hair. She also has...
You don't have to. Remember, winters can be brunettes as long as you don't have a red or gold highlight that's strong. You don't have to have black hair. You can be a brunette.
Yep.
And so that works too.
And so our model, she's wearing Glam Lipstick, which we talked about earlier. You mixed your lipstick with frosted watermelon, so you still have that brightness. Glam is a little bit deeper and richer, but it looks. And
I wanted to point out, and you'll see this is kind of true. This graphic shows, like no other graphic we've ever offered you before, how your makeup colors really are in your palette if you just look around. Like in the winter, for example, her Glam, if you look in that red family, you see, there it is. And you can also see where you're safe in terms of other lip shades that you want to try.
Yeah, it is perfect. So if you are somebody who's looking for whether it's a red lipstick, you can choose between this palette as well. Whether you want to go purple, you have purples in here. Maybe I'm trying to think what you could do with a yellow. I'm not sure there's any makeup colors you want to be using for a yellow.
Well, I will say if there is a corrector in a yellow,
there you go. If you want your corrector in your season.
Candy asked a great question. It's timely right now. And she says, can you be a platinum blonde and be cool and a winter? Now, let me tell you the difference between a platinum blonde who has kind of a soft look. She would be a summer. But there are platinum blondes, white platinum blondes. If they have dark eyebrows, like black or brown, if you look at that eyebrow, and that will always tell you. And if you've got a perfect example is Lady Gaga. That just came to my head. Because she will go white hair, platinum hair, but she will also be able to rock the winter colors because her eyebrows have that contrast.
Yeah, I was just about to say all that contrast going on. That's really how you know.
And what's cool is Holly just asked, how do autumns go brighter for the summertime? We're about to tell you.
Oh yeah, we do have a model that for autumn, so we will get there.
So just with winters, if you know anybody who has darker hair, doesn't have red or gold highlights in their hair, and you're thinking about colors for them, you're kind of, whether it's for Mother's Day or, hey, Kelly, whether it's for Mother's Day or whatever, just remember winter colors are jewel tones. Think emeralds, think sapphires, think rubies. And for me, I like to think Christmas lights. When you're out,
the red, the green.
Yes. Yeah. So if you know anybody, dark hair, no red or gold highlights, and an alternate way of looking at that is if the reflections, like if you look at somebody and their reflections are blue, rather than say golden or red, the reflections in their hair, that will pretty much tell you that you're safe within this palette. Bold jewel tones.
Right. So our model here, we did Glam Lipstick, we did Sweet Appleberry Blush, and we also did a polished pewter eyeshadow. So just so you know, those are the colors that we added to her just to really pull together a whole winter look for her. Now, and
Sweet Appleberry is really a beautiful, beautiful shade.
Now, in honor of Holly asking about the autumn, I'm going to do the autumn next for you. So let's grab our autumn model. Now, you have the ring of these autumn colors, very warm, rich, deeper shades, not as deep as a winter, not as cool as a winter. So really, they have similarities in that they're deep, but also one is cool, and then the autumn is warm.
Oh, Patsy's here. Hello, Patsy.
Hey, Patsy.
And she arrives when the autumn arrives up on our. Yay! Remember, autumns. There are two bold seasons and there are two soft seasons in the Color Me Beautiful plan in the palettes. The two soft seasons, one is summer. And one is autumn. So as you're looking at Sarah and I, you've got two soft seasons here. And that means that we're kind of low contrast. April asked a good question. I'll come back to that if I may. It means you're kind of low contrast. So the colors in these, the palette here for autumn, there are softer versions of blue. There's softer versions of red. Everything is softer and maybe a hint warmer.
Oh yeah. So this is great for all of you autumns out there to just have on hand, or if you're purchasing for an autumn, this is a really great tool to use. Now,
for that bright get out of the house look that's coming up, what are those shades, Sarah?
That is what I was next going into. She said perfect timing. Yes, you arrive late and fashionable, but it's perfect timing, Patsy, always. All right, so we have her wearing Allspice blush, which is actually the blush that I'm wearing today.
Oh, you changed it up. That's not your usual shade, is it?
I usually do Cedar Rose. You guys normally hear me gab about Cedar Rose, but I did wear Allspice. I've been trying to go a little bit deeper because I think I've been doing a bit deeper of a brow.
You know what's interesting about the Allspice on you, Sarah? It makes you look less. You know how you always complain that you're invisible in pictures and you kind of disappear because your skin is so light?
Yes.
That makes you look like you have a hint of sun.
Yes. If you are somebody, when you take a picture of yourself and you turn into like a white flash, it really helps with that. I promise you.
Yeah, and you picked it. So it's a little more sunny, right? It looks like you've been out and about.
Yeah, and it gives you more of that golden tone to your skin. So I really love Allspice blush.
It looks beautiful today.
So that's what our model is wearing. She's also wearing Tuscany Palm eyeshadow, which is like this really good,
pretty,
soft green, deep. It's a shade that you will never have seen before. It's very interesting, and it's like green, gray, and softness came together and had a shade. That's what it is.
They had a baby.
Yeah, it's just a shade that I've never been able to really nail down what it is, but it's just an incredible shade. If you have green eyes and you wear it, whew, it's like nothing but eyes.
And you know what, you guys, those of you who are summers, I wear Tuscany Palm because it matches my eye color.
And it's softer too. So it's a softer shade that if you're a soft season, you can wear as well. And then on our model, I did chili lipstick because that is one of my all-time favorites. I'm not wearing chili today. I saw Patsy's comment and I was going to grab what I'm wearing, which is the blush lip lift tint. So I'm actually wearing blush lip lift tint right now, which just because I needed that little bit of extra hydration today. And I don't know, I figured instead of a lipstick, I'd wear a blush because I would have worn chili lipstick, which is what I always wear. But I switched it up today. Since you have a model wearing chili lipstick, I'm wearing blush as well. Oh, and I got another comment on it. Yes, Deborah, blush lip lift tint. That's the shade I'm wearing right now. And April, thank you so much, everyone.
And Holly says it wants to know if her eyes are dark green, can she wear the Tuscany Palm? Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes, it's so hard to explain Tuscany Palm as a shade. I wish I had it right next to me, but it's just a mix-up of these gorgeous, richer shades, but it really gives you some depth and contrast in your eyeshadow. So yes, if you have any green in your eyes, it will absolutely bring out the green. So I highly recommend that shade.
You know, Kristen is asking the magic question. How do you find out your season?
Yes, you can hop on over to Color Me Beautiful. There's color quiz. We ask you your hair color, your eye color, and it leads you into your season so you know what are the best shades. And are you wearing blush color or actually blush on your lip? I'm so sorry, guys. I am wearing the blush shade of Lip Lift Tint. So we have a tint. That can be very confusing now. I realize it. I'm wearing the Lip Lift Tint in the shade Blush. So.
And I will tell a story. Here's the point where I can go off topic. I was on my way to the doctor and I didn't have any blush and I was looking a little rough, but I did have my lip tint, my lip lift tint.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
And I used it as a blush. It worked like a charm. So the answer is, if you want to.
You could wear a lip lift as a blush, absolutely. Now I'm going to have 2 different color blushes on, but hey, why not?
Linda says, finding your season will change your life. Yes. A few years ago, we had, I think it was Family Circle magazine. They sent someone to us to talk about doing their seasons. And the writer who then mentioned us said that learning her season was the best thing she ever did for herself.
Oh yeah. And I wish I had known growing up, because I went through those awkward phases throughout my life where I wanted to be, you know, whatever the trending things that were going on. Because I feel like a while ago, trending colors were not the warm palette. Like you did not see greens and you didn't see rust and you didn't see burnt oranges. So I always felt just awkward trying to match. You know, it was like very monochromatic, black, white. There was not a lot of color going on, but now color is back. So I feel like for me, we're finally getting some shades and clothing that we can actually wear. And growing up as a redhead, I always kind of, why don't these colors look good on me? I don't like my hair color. I didn't embrace it like I should have. And then once I found out what it actually means to be in the right season and figure out what colors look best on me, that's when I started really loving my hair and how I looked and the makeup colors I chose. I finally was able to figure out what looked best on me, because I know if I was wearing Glam and Frosted Watermelon like you are right now, oh, I would just look insane.
Well, there was a time, and many of you who are on knew me then, that when my hair was your color, if I had used Frosted Watermelon and Glam mixed together, I would have looked absurd. But time marches on, and you need to know the season you are today. And I'm seeing so many people who suddenly are now embracing the gray. If they've been inside and they haven't had their hair colored, and they're, you know, my gray hair is out 5 inches now, so I'm just going to run with it. Take the color quiz again, because you'll discover a whole palette of amazing colors that you can now wear.
And if you have any questions, we did do a whine about it on finding out what season your gray is. So if you want that, let me know. I'll put a link in the comments below. And I also saw a post from Kristen. Which products? Are you talking about the products we're wearing, or are you talking about the model's products? So let us know, and I'll make sure we get that over to you. And I also saw my skin is way too oily for a lipstick blush. Then don't worry, powder blush. I literally just mixed our powder blush and a liquid blush, or a lipstick blush. So don't worry.
Yeah, that's an emergency tip. When the only thing in your bag is your lip tint.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying pinch your cheeks, but then that messes up my makeup. So I don't do that, because I've learned the hard way.
Yeah, you can slap yourself in the face.
I mean, I guess, yeah, if you slap yourself hard, you might get a little red, but I wouldn't recommend pinching your cheeks, because then it just messes with your makeup, which not a good idea. Don't do it. I don't recommend it. Okay, so we did Tuscany Palm eyeshadow, we did Allspice blush, and then we have Chili Lipstick. And you guys know Chili Lipstick is probably my favorite shade. So if you're in autumn out there or a spring and you're looking for a bold lipstick to try out that's like a reddy orange warm tone, Chili Lipstick is that lipstick. You will love it.
I noticed Holly saying that she wants to do some highlights in her hair, and yeah, just make sure that they're warm but not brassy. And you'll love your hair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now we did winter, we did autumn, so we can go to our lighter seasons, which are spring and summer. Which one would you prefer, spring or summer?
Summer.
All right, let's see. Where is my summer model? We also did a good version and a bad version. We put one of our models into, yeah, just to have a little fun later on. We put one of our models into the wrong season, just so you can see how it affects the colors and how it's
because harmony. Yeah, I mean, it is the word. Harmony is everything. When you're looking great, trying to look great.
All right, so we have our summer model. Who's a summer here? All right, now this summer we did Silver Lilac eyeshadow. Such a great shade. I love that shade on you, and that's kind of why I made sure this model was wearing it, because I think it just really brings out everyone's eye color, no matter what eye color it is. It's such
well, remember, it's kind of it's kind of opposite on the color wheel to your skin tone, and using that lilac just is a if you use dark eyeshadow like dark gray or black, and you're a summer, it is the kiss of death on your lids, because it'll just make your eyes sink into your head, and it ages you. So if you're tempted to use a dark gray or a black around on your eyelid, don't. This instead.
Yep. So bringing it back to our autumn model, I did see a couple questions coming through. If you want to go ahead, I'm just going to finish up this look, and then we'll grab everyone's questions. So blush, we did soft rose blush, really great compliment. That's even if you're a winter as well, you can wear soft rose blush. It's a very natural pink blush, but it's a blue based, so it really goes well with any of the cool seasons, summer or winter. And then we also added Plum Sorbet lipstick to this model. I don't think we give Plum Sorbet enough love here, because you've worn it a couple times on here, and you got so many compliments wearing it. I know Frosted Watermelon is your favorite, but
right now I'm trying to go bold and fresh and vibrant. But as I move into autumn and it gets a little cooler, I will definitely jump on the plum sorbet.
You're talking about autumn, the season outside, not your
as the weather changes to fall.
So it's not as bold and bright as per se Frosted Watermelon, but it does have just a natural just kiss look to your lips. That's a pinky undertone.
Really wearable. And for those summers out there, one of our biggest challenges is a wearable lipstick. Now, there are people who can slap on a lipstick and it pretty much doesn't matter and whatever, but there are times when I put on lipsticks at work to try them out or whatever, that people walk in and make faces at how bad I look. I mean, am I lying?
There have been a few shades just to look at the color and texture where it wasn't meant for your season. It was more just
but what I'm saying is sometimes it's tough for summers to find the right shade. And when you're like if you get samples and things from places and you try them on and sometimes they look too pink, like bubble gum. I hate it. My lips turn bubblegum color. But the soft plum is lovely for anybody who has challenges to something that they can really embrace and love.
And then I did see a comment about Silver Lilac. I have it on today. I have hazel eyes with gold flecks. Linda, that is so cool. So Linda's wearing actually the eyeshadow that we mentioned here, Silver Lilac. And if you have hazel eyes, so anybody with hazel eyes out there who's a cooler season, Silver Lilac, check that shade out.
Yeah, and I bet you, Linda, that people notice your eyes more in that shade.
And I also saw Lori making a comment about carrying a full arsenal of makeup. That is me. Where's my kit? I have my makeup kit right next to me at all times. So I got everything right here. I even have our eyeshadows. I have eyeshadows and blushes popped out of the pans. Like I'll take the pans out of here and drop them into a magnetic palette so I can put them all together. So yes, that is so me. I carry my makeup everywhere I go.
Have you graduated to a suitcase yet?
No, that's too much. Too much. I have my to-go makeup, but I love just popping out the pans and dropping them into a magnetic palette. So then I only really need to carry one. It's hard to get. The only thing I have trouble with is our blushes, our Color Pro blushes. Popping those out is hard, but it's totally worth it because now I can take my Allspice and Cedar Rose everywhere I go. But I highly recommend that as well. Cool. And what are her other comments that I have? Your mom bought her a summer digital palette a few days ago. I'm so excited for it.
Love it.
Yes, you do have to help her out, Holly. All right, so if you're interested in the digital palettes like Holly was mentioning earlier, you can find those on Color Me Beautiful too. You can just have a PDF reader if you want on your phone, and I'm going to pull my autumn one up to show you guys. I know we're kind of hopping around, but if you are somebody who is looking for a autumn palette, here is it loading? There we go. So I have all of my shades. Hopefully you guys can see this.
Yeah, barely, but I get it.
Yes, I have all the shades right there. So if I go shopping or if I need to go, whatever, if I'm doing some online shopping on my phone, you have all of your shades right here. So
we are getting such wonderful comments on the digital palettes, and thank you for those because we worked hard to try to bring you guys something that's usable either with the computer, without the computer. So thank you for those comments. And I also noticed in reading these, I was kind of blown away a little bit because Athena is Diana's twin, and she's asking how to do red lipstick. And Sarah is the queen of telling you how to work your way into being comfortable with red lipstick.
Yes, if you are a little hesitant about wearing a bright red, we do have warm and cool bright reds. So you're a winter, so you would be looking for a cool red. Now, my trick is to always blot off the excess. So for now, I just applied blush lip lift tint, but this would be the same if for any shade you wear. You can just take a tissue and blot off, and it really, I'm going to use my hand because I don't have a tissue right with me, and it brings the shade back down. So as you can see, I have the color on my hand, but you can blot it right off, and you can just work your way into it. And maybe tomorrow wear a little extra. And
yeah, and psych yourself up for really going bold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you're somebody who's a little bit hesitant to go all out bold, then just work your way up, see where you're comfortable. Maybe completely going and throwing on that bright red isn't for you fully, then you can just blot out. And it gives such a natural look too. Even with a red, you get such a good lip shade no matter what. So
what would you say about red carpet for Athena? Because that was where I was headed.
Red carpet is like, so my equivalent to chili, which I talk about all the time for all of you warm seasons out there. If you're a cool season, a winter or a summer, that's the equivalent. It's red carpet. It looks fabulous on. It's just that rich, bold. When you think about you're going out to like a New Year's Eve party, that's what I think about, because there's winters wearing those silver dresses and they have that bold red lip. That's what I think about red carpet. It's like,
Sarah, you'll wear a bold red lip to the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really a signature for you, you know, the bold red lip.
Yes, I do love bold. I'm a completely different person though. I always love a bold lipstick. All right, so what is gentle? Okay, so summer lipstick, lip liner, and blush combo. I would do, so Plum Sorbet, the one that's featured right here, it's a very natural lipstick, and it's wearable. Yes, I mean, it almost looks like your lip color, but enhanced. It has like an enhanced feeling to it, and it's not over dramatic. It's not super deep. It's not super rich. It's just a really, really wearable shade. Lip liner, do natural rose, either one of those are really good shades. I'm not a summer, so if I would go with natural, just because if you're looking for like a softer color, natural. And then blush, soft rose, absolutely. Everyone can wear that. If you're a cool seasons can wear that. Summer or winter, soft rose is that blush if you're just getting into it as well. It's a really great shade to kind of work your way up, because it's not as rich as like a deeper blush like this. So it's really easy to apply for anyone who's new to blush. That's why.
The one thing I will add, there was a time, and it wasn't too long ago, when blush went a little bit out of vogue, when people were like highlighting and contrasting their faces to death, and they were walking around with stripes, and so blush got lost. And I have to tell you what a joy it is to be able to start wearing blush again, because I realized that when I was doing that, and I know it was trendy, but I didn't look healthy.
Yeah, because you're just, there's no like color to your cheeks. I mean, everyone has natural color in their cheeks, so it just kind of made everyone, I don't know, like zombies walking around kind of. So I highly recommend a blush if you want to get that really rich and golden look, or, well, for an autumn, golden rich look. And for the summers and winters out there, it just brings life back to everything and brings that radiance back.
And one of the things, and I'm going to speak to our blushes right now, because I can't speak to every blush on the market, but we always talk about color being important, but with a blush, transparency is important, because Sarah may have the world's palest face, I may not, or someone else may have a much richer skin tone. You know that you have an excellent blush when you can put that blush color on and see through it to your real skin tone, because then it looks like your natural face.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, but better.
Mm-hmm. And it just harmonizes everything together. That's kind of the goal, is to really just harmonize all of your colors as one and make you shine, and not your makeup. It shouldn't be, when you walk into a room, that color you're wearing of blush shouldn't be the first thing people see, or your eyeshadow, it shouldn't be the first thing they see. It should be you. So that's one of the most important things about knowing your season and making sure you're harmonizing everything with your look. All right, so I have to jump back to some questions because I have pushed on. Plum Sorbet is a favorite of my client. Yes, Rudy, Plum Sorbet. That's the shade she's wearing right now. Such a great shade, and I feel like we don't give it enough love on our Wine About It Wednesdays. So yes, that shade is an incredible shade. So digital palette has changed my life. Yes. It makes online shopping so much easier, except now, right now, we're all stuck at home. We can't go out. And even when you go out, you can still take your palette with you. So you get the best.
And you know what? You can say to people, well, if you're out and about and somebody says, oh, this shirt would look great on you, and it's like chartreuse, and it's not your palette, and you think it's awful, you can whip up your phone and go, it's not my palette. Sorry.
Yeah. Deborah's glad that blush is back. Me too, because when I look at photos, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago, where I wasn't as into blush,
you were contouring.
Yeah, I was, going through my contour and highlight phase, and I just looked like I was tired all the time. I didn't have like a glow to my face or a radiant kind of. It was very matte and just flat. Everything was flat on my face. So,
and Sarah has cheekbones. I mean, she has amazing cheekbones. So her highlight and contour always look fabulous and very professional, but she didn't have a lot of color. And then I would try to highlight and contour, and I'd be like pushing my mush on my face, like trying to find a cheek. Oh, I might have a cheekbone here. Not good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's done.
All right, so we just finished up with summer. Now we have one more season to go. What season is that? Spring. We're moving.
Last but not least.
Yes, we're moving to, oops, now I got way too many in here. Springs. Now, springs, as you can tell, they're like these bright colors that we're seeing right now. I mean, the flowers, the greens in the grass, and the stuff that just makes you want to go outside, but you can't. I should probably stop talking now.
I'm actually looking out my window and seeing many of the shades that are in the spring palette. So
yes.
that makes it easy to remember.
I have azaleas. I got azaleas, 2 years ago? I think I redid the front of my garden. And I wanted everything to be, I wanted white floral all over my garden. I have like ground covering that.
You have phlox.
Yeah, and they bloom these white, beautiful petal. It's gorgeous. My neighbor thought it was snowing one day, or I had snow all around my garden because it's just completely white flowers. And I was like, I'm going to make everything very one tone. All of these flowers are going to bloom at once. It's going to be great. So I bought white peonies as well. And it matches like, like the trim of my house is white. So I was like, it's going to match my trim. It's going to look beautiful in the springtime, blah, blah, blah. So then I bought white azaleas. I bought 5 of them. 3 of them died. And the 2 that stayed alive bloomed pink. So now it's like I have these white gorgeous phlox that come up every single year. I have these white peonies, and then I have these 2 random azaleas that bloom pink. And honestly, I love them. I realized how much it looks just so like clean, and I don't know, just you need color sometimes. So now my 2 live azaleas that bloom pink are like my favorite things in my garden now because they're the only color I have besides green and white. So yeah, that's just
a fortunate mistake for you.
Yeah, so now I have 2 random azaleas that.
Oh, we have a good question out there. Susan wants to talk about the staying power of lipstick.
Ooh, okay.
A few tips about keeping your lips lipstick lasting forever.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to get into that right now? Yeah?
You can come back to it or whatever. Why not?
So we have two products that I would actually recommend if you're having trouble with making sure your lipstick stays on. We have our Color Fix Sealant, which is applied on top of your lipstick. And what that does is it pulls the oils out of the lipstick. It mattifies the lipstick a bit. So if you are somebody that wants to wear it all day without it budging, that's the product for you. The only thing you have to remember is it does pull some of that oil out. So it's going to be a matte formula versus a cream formula. And then the next product I'm going to talk about, which is probably my favorite if you're having trouble with your lipstick staying in place, is our Color Lock Lip Pencil, which is a clear wax. And it's in a pencil shape, and you apply it around your lips before you put on your lipstick. And what you do is you're creating a barrier for your lipstick to stay. So you pretty much line the outside of your lips with this clear wax. And if you think about like oil and water, how they don't mix well, this is pretty much the same exact thing. It's keeping all of your lipstick in that barrier that you created. So the Color Lock Lip Pencil is incredible.
And you have another tip that I started using when you did your lip plumping video. And on your lip plumping video, you used the eye and lip primer.
Oh, yeah.
As base.
Mm-hmm. The eyeshadow base, yep, you can put it under your lipstick and it really creates, well, first it creates a barrier so it's not falling into any fine lines, cracks, wrinkles that you have around or on your lips. And then it also helps the color as well, because all of our lips are naturally, they have a natural hue to them, pink, reds, we all have a natural color to our lips. Now, if you apply lipstick on top of that, that natural hue is going to show through a little bit. It's going to it's not going to be the true color of the lipstick. So if you were trying to show a lipstick's true color, then
and make it bold.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Then if you apply the eyeshadow base underneath of it, it kind of, it looks crazy. You will look crazy when you do this.
At first, when you put it on.
Mm-hmm. You just apply the eyeshadow base over your lips, and of course it brings it down to a very pale, pinky, nude, natural color, almost like a white. It's absurd when you first apply it, I will not lie. But then once you apply your lipstick to it, you get this pure color, and you really get to see what your lipstick looks like.
And it's locked on.
Mm-hmm.
And the tip I use, my favorite tip, is to just cover your entire lip in a lip pencil.
Mm-hmm.
I use Natural because I do.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me a lot of flexibility as far as the lip color I put on top of it is. And then because I have these little marionette lines and things that are going on, I've always felt like I had to stay away from lip glosses or really creamy lipsticks. Putting a lip pencil on your lips as the base and then applying lipstick on top, it will last forever. Your lipstick will last forever. And the other thing is doing this trick, and I've done it today, allows me to use lip gloss if I want to put on something glossy without having it travel up my face.
Mm-hmm. So there was another question that kind of went along with that, is what is the staying power of the lipstick? So we do have color renewing spheres in the lipsticks, but they're a cream-based formula or demi-matte, however you want to call that. It's not one of those formulas that when you apply, it sucks all the moisture out of your lips. It has some healthy ingredients in, like vitamin E and things like that. So it's going to be something where if you want it to last all day and you want to mattify it, then you definitely want to apply the Color Fix. But
let me just speak to an example. I'm wearing the Frosted Watermelon mixed with the Glam, and I have been drinking throughout this entire event.
Right.
And so my lipstick is still there, and it hasn't been eaten off. And that speaks to the staying power of the Color Me Beautiful Color Renew brand of lipstick. So big thumbs up for that.
And I think it's also the formula you like as well. If you're somebody who likes one of those ultra matte like liquid lipsticks, then this is not the formula for you. This is a creamier consistency. It's going to help hydrate the lips. It's not going to dry the lips.
Well, it's an anti-aging lipstick. Let's just speak to what it is. The reason I love it is because it makes my lips look less aged. Let's face it, my lips are aged. But it's designed with the color spheres, which will continue to give bursts of color so that you can do things like drink wine for an hour and not lose your color. And also, it keeps your lips looking young and plump, which is what I like about it. Now, speaking to what Sarah's wearing, that's not going to have the same staying power as the Color Renewed lipstick.
Right.
Because it's designed to be reapplied.
Right. I am wearing, yes, I'm wearing the Lip Lift tint. So I'm not wearing one of our lipsticks, but you are wearing one of our lipsticks. So
well, I'm wearing two.
Yeah, there you go. So, I mean, I love our lipsticks, but if you are looking for something matter, then use the Color Fix. But if not, and of course, it's going to dry your lips if you are somebody who likes that matte lipstick and you're absorbing the oils. So just remember that.
Older, like me, really be careful about a matte finish anywhere. In your foundation, on your lips, because one of the ways we combat the look of aging is keeping it dewy. Dewy. And so a creamy lipstick is better for a woman who might be a little more mature than somebody as Sarah who can wear anything she wants.
Oh, well, thank you. And but my problem is, and I guess for everyone out there, when you apply one of those super matte lipsticks, it just shows all of my creases. I mean, my lips get chapped and it falls, the color, the pigment falls into the fine line. So if, you know, they say you can eat anything, but if I were to eat a meal and then look back at my lips, all of the pigment falls into the crevices.
The other thing that I've noticed is that sometimes you can get a little dry on the inside of your lip if you haven't been religiously using your lip lift. And
yeah, the pigment gets like stuck inside and around the
and looks dark.
The rim of my mouth, yeah. So I'm sure some of you guys have fallen into that where that happens. A tip though is to always apply lip lift. If you are finding any lipstick formulas drying out your lips, apply lip lift first, because that will really help plump up those lips and draw the moisture into your lips. So it won't be as harsh if you're wearing one of those super matte lipsticks. Okay, so did we go over what colors this spring was wearing? We have gone so off topic, but
let's go back and then we can answer some more questions. And if we missed your question because they're coming pretty fast and furious, we will come back and answer you after the video and in greater detail.
All right, so this spring is wearing Peach Tart eyeshadow. I love Peach Tart eyeshadow. You guys probably know I mix that with molten milk and it gives me like this warm, hopefully you guys can see it. It gives me like this warm eyeshadow tone, but it's very natural, great shade.
And beautiful for blue and green eyes. Beautiful.
Oh yeah. And then we have Cedar Rose blush. Now that's usually the blush that I wear. So if you popped on one of our other Wine About It's, I'm probably talking about Cedar Rose and how it's a must-have shade for all of my warm seasons out there. And then we also have Mango Punch lipstick. Very wearable. Like we were talking about Plum Sorbet for the cool seasons. This is almost like the equivalent. It has that richer the warmer undertone, but it's very wearable, warm undertone. So if you're not experimenting with your bold, bright, chilly lipsticks, then this Mango Punch is the shade that you would love.
And you know, for blondes, golden blondes, people with the golden, you know, like golden hair, nothing is more flattering than the Mango Punch. It's like when I come to you and I say, well, this product is magic. For springs, the Mango Punch lipstick is magic in terms of the way it makes you look.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's such Such an amazing shade. So I'm going to hop over to our comment section and make sure we get all of the comments. Now I do see foundation color recommendations for a fair light summer. I would say sand would be your shade if you are fair. Like,
or if you're closer to Sarah, but if you're closer to me, I love natural, and I'm a light summer.
So depending on where you fall, that hopefully that helps you out. But let us know. You can send us over a picture if neither one of us is what your skin tone looks like. Yes, Lori. Yes, big lips are definitely in. Oh, I mean, you were born naturally with it. Lucky for you.
Luscious lips, what everybody is trying to achieve. So you won the lottery there, girl.
Yeah, I do wear the matte lipsticks and I make sure. Yes, Deborah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So she was saying that she wears the matte liquid lipsticks in Floyd Roberts, and as long as you put lip lift on first, it doesn't just suck the moisture right out of your lips, and you don't get any dry crackingness to it. Lip lift is that product that we talk about every single week. But it is such an incredible product. As I mentioned, you have to be applying skincare on your lips because first things to show aging are your lips and around your eyes. So skincare for your eyes, eye creams, and lip lift for your lips. It's a must-have to make sure that nobody can tell your age. That's
and let me speak to how important lip lift is right now, because both Sarah and I are isolated. Sarah, we self-isolated. We're working from home. We want to help keep everybody safe, and we want to be safe. But you know what I never realized? Being at home can be really drying on your skin. I'm turning into cornflake. I'm using like double the amount of moisturizer that I was using, double the amount of lip lift, and it's so important that you get your hydration in, because I guess what happens is when you go outside, the humidity level is a little bit there more, and you get some of your humidity, and that's good for your skin and good for your lips. But I'm just dried up like a crispy critter inside.
Okay, crispy critter. Somebody is asking what two lipsticks you are wearing again.
I am wearing Frosted Watermelon mixed with Glam.
So both of those are cooler shades, Susan. So let us know if you need the links or anything. And then April mentioned her comment again. So we have to address this one because I would have forgotten. I'm so sorry, April. But she is asking, can you be more than one season?
Yes, you can. So, and Sarah's a perfect example. Although she's been exposed to Coloring Beautiful her whole life. Let's face it. You only started embracing it when you realized the magic of it. Sarah used to be a spring. Her hair was golden blonde. It was very light.
Like our model, golden blonde. I was very blonde.
Yeah, she was a towhead when she was born. Blonde. And then as she aged, somewhere around 12, 13 years old, she became an autumn. But she never really lost her spring. Because she can still wear some of this. Like if you look at the spring palette next to her picture, you can see that there's some colors in that spring palette that would be, okay.
I figured I would bring up this.
So Sarah, I think, just basically removed herself. Hopefully she's getting back on. But if you noticed, she, even though she's an autumn, some of these spring shades look really wonderful on her. And so, yes, you can be two seasons. You can bridge one season or the other. I was an autumn. So you're back.
Oh, I was letting you talk so people could get a feel for spring versus autumn, but I cut both of us out and I had to bring you back.
Yeah.
Too much wine. I need to.
I was going to take another sip. So the answer is yes. Sarah still bridges over into spring, and every once in a while she'll wear a spring color, and that'll look fantastic on her. And believe it or not, this is craziness, but I'm wearing Stark White, and Stark White is not in my palette. It's in the winter palette. And so if you notice, what I said was I mixed my Frosty Watermelon with Glam. Glam is a winter lipstick shade. And then I wore this Stark White shirt. So yeah, sometimes you can cheat.
Yes, I would say you can cheat a little bit.
Can an autumn bridge with the summer? Yes, ma'am. I did.
So that's what we were talking about with those softer seasons. Autumn and summer are both softer seasons. So there are a few shades that you can kind of pull back and forth. And it's the same with spring and autumn. Since they're both warm, you can pull shades back and forth and really, but you do have to be careful. And I really, really encourage you looking at yourself in the colors. Now there are some bold spring shades that I just like, that bold lemon yellow on me, that golden yellow, it just super bold. It doesn't look good on me. The yellow arrives before I do, which is the problem. I don't want a color to arrive into a room before I do. I want it to harmonize with me. But those greens, some of those greens look good. The purples, the neutral colors that we talk about, the true blues, the purple, those all look good because they're neutrals. So there are colors that you can work with and kind of go back and forth on a little bit. But it's hard, and it's really, I highly recommend you look at yourself in those colors and get a feel and really do some testing on it. Like wear something that you know that's in your palette and get a feel for how it looks if you remove the color that you think may be in your palette, and look back and forth and visualize and see and get somebody else's opinion, what they think about it as well, just so you kind of aren't jaded and you have a perspective. So it's hard. It really is
and
hard.
I'll give you a perfect example of somebody who bridges both palettes. We have someone in the office. She has black hair, just black hair, and her skin is a warm chocolate. Or would you say a dark chocolate?
It's very warm. It has a red base. I believe she wears, in the Florrie Roberts Cream de Powder, I believe she wears the shade Chestnut. So it's a very red undertone. So warm.
She really can bridge back and forth between autumn and winter pretty well because her hair is cool and her skin tone is very warm.
But it's those deeper shades. It's those deeper winter palette shades. It's not, I wouldn't say crisp white looks as great as
lemon yellow or the ice.
Right. No. So if you are somebody with like a warmer skin tone, but you're just kind of shades that are cool and warm on the same person, like if you dye your hair, look at the two seasons you're looking at and kind of figure out where they bridge. So like a winter and an autumn, they bridge in those bright, deep colors. That's really where you're going to be in that realm.
And and Celeste mentions, can an autumn bridge with a summer? Yeah. Like, remember we were talking about that Tuscany Palm eyeshadow? One of my absolute favorites, one of Sarah's absolute favorites. The place you bridge is in soft shades that are neutral. Because then a soft kind of neutral blue, that soft, the Tuscany, is it Tuscany green or
Tuscany palm?
Palm. Well, it's a green gray. It's beautiful for an autumn, and it's beautiful for summer. And I wear clothing in that color and love it.
So there are bridges between each season is what we're trying to get out there. Yes, there are bridges that kind of, they and there's also neutral tones that everyone can wear. So it's all about the hue. And
do you guys know out there what the two neutral tones are that you can never go wrong with seasonally, no matter what season you are? Sarah, you know.
What colors are they?
They are watermelon
Mm-hmm.
and they are teal, like a true clear teal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you run into a snag and you're like, oh, what color can I choose for this person? Watermelon is surprisingly wearable. I wear it. Believe it or not, Sarah can wear it.
I do wear it. Maybe next or Friday, I'll try to bust out some watermelon shades for you guys. See if I can find something.
And the teal, you can pretty much always, and think about where they are on a color wheel.
Mm-hmm.
The watermelon is somewhere between a red and an orange, but it's pulled back, it's more neutral, so that you don't really have to see the hues one way or the other. And teal, of course, is between blue and green. So you've got a mixture of the two.
Mm-hmm. So yes, bridging is a thing that happens in April. I hope we answered your question. Let us know if you have any more questions, because we will be happy to answer them. And
so says she's an autumn summer. Yes, you know what? You're a soft. UK, Coloring Beautiful UK does it a little bit differently than we do, and they have 6 seasons that they focus on, and they don't call them seasons; they call them tones. And you can either be and it's, remember I told you guys, how do you look? How would someone describe you if you were running away from the scene of a crime? Would they say you are warm? Would they say you are cool? Would they say you are clear? Would they say you are soft? Would they say you are light? Would they say you are deep? And surprisingly, those 6 characteristics are what they focus on rather than a season. So Celeste, congratulations, you are a soft.
All right, so I see April, you did okay. I'm glad we answered the question. It took us a while.
Somebody mentioned that their birthday is tomorrow, and we went right past it. And I
want to say it was April. Was it April?
It was April.
Okay.
Short end of the stick today on everything.
No, I'm hopping back to the beginning. I'm so sorry. Oh, it won't even let me go all the way back to the beginning. I'm so sorry. April,
or whoever you were.
April, I'm pretty sure it was April, because I wanted to make a point at the end to say happy birthday. I'm so sorry. All right, Celeste, she said thank you. I'm glad we could help. It took us a while, but we got there eventually.
Sarah accuses me of being like Ms. Off Topic. I'm like all over the place. But color is like that. And when you're an artist and you're talking about color, it's like passionate and exciting, and there are all sorts of different offshoots of it. And the more you know, the better you'll look. And that's why you need to tune in with us every Wednesday and be here and keep us company.
Yes. So if you want to talk about color again, we are here every Wednesday for White About It Wednesday. And then if you want to talk skincare ingredients, what they do,
keeping it fresh.
If you have any products that you want to talk about or dive into, we talk about that on Fridays. So
when we're out of quarantine, we're going to change the day maybe to a better day, because I think on Fridays people have stuff they want to do and they're out and about and getting ready for the weekend. Let us know if there's a better day for us to do our Day Spa Friday.
Yeah, if you guys
want to change the name.
Yeah, we got to change it. But if you want a different day, or if there's a better day that works for you, we'll be happy to switch it up on you. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free, leave them in the comments below. Once we get off, we will hop on over to the comments. And then I will also make sure that the images we showed you today are in the comments as well. So
you can just pull them onto your desktop if you want to have them available and learn what all seasons look like.
All right, so I hope you guys
ask a question, an important question. We don't want to leave without answering a question.
Okay, go ahead.
She says, will C&B offer the tonal seasonal palettes? You know what? We may very well do that in a digital form. If that's something you would like to see, let us know.
Yeah. If anyone's interested in wanting to learn more about that, we will be happy to go and dive in to that whole realm of color. And Michelle, thank you so much. We love you. And we will see.
Birthday twin.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Teeny. We are so happy to have everyone on. We love talking to you guys. We love being here. And we hope that we will see you on Friday as well.
Bring your friends.
Yeah, of course. So
the more the merrier.
Yeah. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll see you Friday.